So what's that thing in the movies where everything looks epic? You know, everything looks wide, and
IMAX?
it's not IMAX. It's
That thing you're talking about, it's called anamorphic. In the industry, sometimes we call it scope. Just like the mouthwash.
He looks like he knows what he's talking about.
You need to appreciate the grand, epic sweep of it all. The anamorphic lens transmutes the mundane to the exquisite. Look at yourselves through the eye of the anamorphic lens. Look at it.
Look at all this space.
You know, on second thought, there's no way we can afford anamorphic lenses. Forget it. No big deal. All right, so we've just showed you the magic of the anamorphic look in this video. And if you've got tons and tons of money, you can go out and buy some anamorphic gear yourself and shoot all of your feature films this way. Of course, we don't. So what we used instead is the brand new SLR Magic Anamorphot adapter. Now, this is a very cool lens adapter for a very good price that you can throw in your existing lenses and get that same look. Now, the whole principle behind this, if you look through at this adapter, you can see how it distorts. It basically makes everything squished into a vertical sense. Now, this lets us fit a wider aspect ratio onto our standard frame so we don't lose any resolution. Now, when we get into post, we get rid of that squish, we smooth it all out again, and everybody looks normal, and yet you get this epic scope, this wide field of view. It's a very cool look. The other cool thing is the SLR Magic is going to maintain the other characteristics of anamorphic lenses, namely these horizontal bands of flare that you get from highlights and strange oval shapes in the background, but it's all cool and it's all very cinematic looking. Keep in mind, though, that these adapters are really only made for smaller filter diameter lenses, so they work really well in Micro Four Thirds and NEX cameras. On a full SLR, you're going to have to stick to primes with smaller filter threads. Now, of course, there can be some issues when you're working with these screw-on lens adapters. It can be a bit of a pain trying to find lenses that work well with these. Also, if you want to focus on something close, you have to use these diopters, these close focusing lenses, to let you get that close focusing ability. So these can be a pain in the butt trying to get them to focus properly, but when you do, the look is fantastic, the results are sharp. Check these out at $11.50 Canadian. They're a steal.